living my best life. No holding back, got my peace, got my joy. On the right track, I smile, I shine, I rise, I glow. This is my time, just thought you should know I'm living.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Connection Currency. I'm pretty happy and excited this morning. I've got a very energetic duo, dynamic duo that's going to come on in a minute. But I'll just do the lead in. And also I'll just warn you, there could be, I don't know, sometimes there can be swear words. Sometimes we get very authentic. We talk about bad things and it's a bit sad. So if there's any trigger warnings, anything that anybody, just stop watching now. I developed the connection currency because in our world of hustle, I really do believe growth comes from connection. It's not from performing. So with this in mind, I decided to give back and develop this. There's no right, wrong, polished answer. I'm curious just about what's behind businesses and what lights them up, what makes them tick. Some of us are on our business journey. We're growing quietly. We're just doing our things. Some of us are really tired and old, like me. Some of us are succeeding, but we're still doubting ourselves. And we could be succeeding beyond anybody's wildest dreams, but we still doubt ourselves. We still have those inner things. And this is just a place to connect and know that, we're all going through that. I'm hoping that by creating an aligned community that feels supported and connected and empowered is a great way to authentically connect and collaborate with others. So the connection currency, it should never feel like you're shoving your business card at somebody who will probably never look at it again. My team always says the console of my car is where business cards go to die. So I'm just very grateful that once a week they pull them out of there and save them from a slow death. So with all that, I'd like to introduce now the wonderful team from She Evolved Collective. We have Danee, and welcome Danee, and welcome Ali.
Thank
And
you.
I'd love you guys to tell me a little bit about your business. When did you
Hello.
just Hello? When did you just like tell me about your business? When did you discover, like we fall into business, when did you discover, hang on a second, I got a business?
Well,
That's an easy one. I'll let
yeah,
Ali share that story because it starts with her and then, yeah.
yeah.
How
So
good.
I was actually a student of Danee's. So Danee was teaching a particular method, which was thinking into results through Bob Proctor, and she was teaching that in conjunction with a whole heap of other stuff that she was learning and teaching. So wealth and business and all those things. And I came to her through a referral, but a very discreet referral. It actually showed what she was sort of doing per month. And I remember seeing those figures and thinking, I really want to learn from her. So I started being mentored by her and very quickly created some incredible results. And then we sort of had clients that were sort of merging to each other, weren't they, Danee? That's sort of
Yeah.
what happened. So my clients were learning how to do social media and how to network and how to talk to people, and Danee's clients were learning all the inner work, but some of them needed then some further assistance becoming visible on social media. So we sort of had this bit of collaboration happening behind closed doors, and Danee can sort of talk about what she decided to ask me to attend a meeting. So I had no idea what this meeting was going to be about, but she asked me to attend a meeting, and it was actually on her 30th wedding anniversary. So September 18. I don't forget the date, and she
I
will
know.
never either. And it was in 2023. You just wouldn't believe that it was only that long ago. It wasn't long ago at all. And Danee, you can share what happened from there.
Yeah. So, well, Ali, yes, definitely was a student, and that was she was the best student ever. So when someone, like honestly, when you have clients in the coaching industry, some people will say, "Yeah, yeah, I know, I know, I know." Ali was like, "I don't know anything, just teach me everything you know." And that was honestly one of the first things we say. And right now in She Evolve Collective, it's like just come in with an absolute clean slate. Because when you can do that, you can then learn the process and the success steps that I've been able to take and Ali was able to take as well. So because her results were just incredible and the business was our businesses were completely complementary to each other, it was like I always had this big dream. Now, most of you will know business is you're alone, you're a lone ranger in business, right? You're on your own. You can talk to what we call the barbecue mafia, those people who are always, the barbecue mafia, the ones that
I love that. I love that
run.
term, the barbecue mafia. I'm
What they
using
are.
that.
My husband's one of them. Like, right, he used to be around, hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. Well, whatever it was, right? He's not, even though he was a very successful businessman. And he just didn't realize or believe in this work that we were doing, right? He just didn't understand how people needed it because he didn't need anything in business, right? He just did it himself. So it was interesting. So Ali was someone who had a clean slate. And basically, we met together for the first time in Brisbane at the Carlisle Hotel.
Carlisle. It's
Carlisle.
Carlisle. Everybody gets it wrong.
I
But
know.
I'll tell you how you'll remember. It's Carlisle after Carlisle Maloof from the Maloof pharmacies. That's whose hotel it is.
That
So
wouldn't,
you'll
I wouldn't
always
remember
remember.
because of that. So I'm a Melbourneite, right? That wouldn't work for me. But can I just say something, Robin? We were actually, I had the card and the pronunciation of how to spell it as well. Like I was
Yep.
trying to learn it for 2 days. I still get it wrong every bloody time. So, but the Calo Malukali, or whatever that is, I'll work that one out. I'll remember that.
It's actually a Maltese family that own it.
Well, I
Yeah.
should remember that since you're Maltese, right? Anyway, so this was it. So we met at the Carlisle, met there. And that was like my favorite hotel because I was staying there. Ali came and met me. And I just said to her, I think that was the first time we mapped out how to make your first 25K, right?
Yeah.
And I remember Ali saying to me, she's looking at me like I was an alien, like literally. I probably look like an alien right now too, right? But anyway, she's looking at me thinking, oh, how am I going to make $25,000? So literally, I gave her the steps to do that. She went away. Honestly, 3 weeks later, she called me, and this is fact. She said, I've just done $27,500. She said, how the hell is that a fluke? I go, no, it's not a fluke. I said, you have the success steps. And because you literally said, I'm willing to learn, listen, be open, that's just what she did. So my thinking started to, this brain of mine, which is constantly always thinking, right? Always in the 4D, which in my imagination, my vision was to create a global company, something that was so big, so amazing, that could help so many women. And I was always looking for somebody, but I never knew who that was. Anyone had that feeling? Like you're always, there's just
I was looking for someone too, Robin. So
Yes.
on my vision board and in my vision,
Yeah.
I was wanting to create the same thing, but probably slightly different, but global community of women looking for someone just like me, but had no idea that Danee even existed.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is what we call energy, right? So,
Universe.
universal energetic transmission, right? So, what had happened is we were both in network marketing. So, I loved the network marketing system. I love the community. I love the global network. I love the holidays. I loved all of that. But I didn't necessarily love the model, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I was very successful in network marketing. I enjoyed it. I loved it, but I felt like I was a little bit trapped. Does that make sense? Like my wings were clipped a little. So I knew that this method, if we implemented the network marketing method, but didn't have the sell part of it, right? It was like you just come in and you train and we create that community. That was always in my vision. So when Ali and I came together, I just knew from the instantly when she joined me as a client, I knew that there was something more there. So fast forward, we go to Brisbane, 18th of September 2003. I was on my anniversary, and made her up with I'm just going to say, let's do this. So she sat down with, I'm gone. Am I here? Am I there?
No,
Yeah.
you're
So
back.
we sat down. I know. I thought I left the room. We sat down at the casino in a dingy hotel because everything was closed, trying to get a cup of coffee. And I said, Ali, and she said, what? It was very intense. I said, I think we have to come together and create something so big that I have no idea how we're going to do it. I have no idea because I already had a successful business that I don't know how that's going to happen, how that's going to look. But what I do know is that I can see you and me together helping millions of women across the world. And that is how
Yeah.
She Evolved was created. On that day, we had the name on that day. We worked it all out. She was like, what's going on? Ellie, you can
I had
explain
no
that.
idea why I was even
What you're
attending
there.
this meeting. I'm like, who are you talking to? Are
Just
you
having a
talking to me?
coffee. Just
Yeah.
having a coffee. Lots of
Mhm.
good things happen over coffees.
Yeah.
Your business doesn't
Absolutely.
happen with golf with
No,
women. It happens over coffee or
It
wine.
does. I didn't
exactly.
even drink coffee at that time, and now I do. So it was like a bit of a sliding door moment because I remember, my self-image at the time, I was really confident on the outside, but didn't really
Yeah.
have the development inside to think that this was even something that Danny would consider. So I remember like her saying, this is what I want to do. And I had the vision as well, but I remember sort of looking behind me thinking, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? Like, why choose me? So it was a really big moment for both of us to think, okay, I'm running a business that I've sort of started coaching clients. Danny had all these clients and had a successful pumping business. And now we're going to just, start to create this massive global network, which we did immediately. The implementation wasn't like delayed, was it, Danny? There was no
I
delayed implementation.
started that day.
Started immediately that day.
That
And I
day.
think the biggest thing for anyone listening to this is that there was no investment for Danny and I to bring in together. We didn't invest to start the business. The only thing that we invested in initially was to set up Kajabi. Like that
Yeah.
was the platform that we both decided on because we knew that would hold the mass of data that we needed, but there was no investment, and we just went to work. We set our launch date, which was like 2 weeks later, I think it was, Danny.
Yeah.
And that launch just meant we were coming together like this online and basically just sharing with the world exactly what we do and how we transform people's lives. And that was the start of She Evolve Collective. It was nothing fancy. It wasn't
No.
polished. There was no, hundreds of $1,000s on advertising or anything like that. It was just two women with a very clear direction and big hearts and knew exactly
Yeah.
who we wanted to help and we were there to serve whoever wanted to listen to us, which was a lot of people at the time.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I love it. I love it. And that network marketing thing that you talk about, it is a dying thing. It's never really been adopted in Australia like it has in America. Um, and
Mm.
and that sales, everybody gets to that point where the minute it gets salesy, they get up and they walk out of the rooms,
Yeah.
and it's like
Mm.
I couldn't imagine being somebody in that, standing on a stage and watching people just disappear out of the room. So
Mhm.
that way that you go about it, and I know I've been to some of your events, um, is it's more authentic. It's connecting women, and it is collaborating with women. And I love this collaboration. And I talk about collaboration all the time and how powerful it is because people in business, and often women will do it too in business. They go, oh, they've got the same sort of business as me. They're competition. And
Exactly.
I always say there's plenty for everybody. There's no competition. Like we should just all get together because we can be pretty powerful
Yeah.
when we do get together.
Mm.
So you guys have had so many oh my God moments. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like things just going crazy and going really well. What keeps you going? Like we all have those tough times. What keeps you going when things get a bit tough, a bit hard? Um, you get a bit tired or whatever. What lights you up? What keeps you
Yeah.
going on your
I'll
journey?
answer that.
Yeah, you
I'll,
go
I'll,
first.
I'll
Yeah.
start with this. So, our teachings are all based on universal laws. So, like there's gravity, there's law of attraction, there's law of perpetual transmutation, there's law of expansion, all the different laws. And this is what we teach in business. So, when you are abiding by those laws in business, there's also the law of rhythm. And the law of rhythm states that there's going to be in and out, like the tides. Tides go in, tides go out, right? There's always going to be times when you're feeling fabulous and times when you're feeling wobbly. So for us, and this is something that Ali and I personally do, but we also teach all of our students, is that when you are experiencing a time of when the tide is out, right? What you do is you recognize where you are in that moment. So awareness is everything. So if you're aware that you're feeling crap or you're having a really bad day or a bad week, what you do is you recognize that and you say, okay, I know right now that this is not doing great. I'm not doing well. I'm feeling like crap. Don't try to push through it. Allow yourself to just move through it, right? And then, but give yourself a time. So you can say to yourself, today, I don't know if I'm going to swear because you said I can. Today's like, fuck it. I'm just going to do nothing. I'm going to put Netflix, I'm going to watch it, and I'm not going to do a thing.
Yeah.
So you can have those fuck it days,
Yeah.
right? And have it for a week. But just know after that week that the next day you pull yourself together and you say, snap out of it. It's time to move back into action. And what happens is business owners, especially if things are low, they stay low and can stay low for a long time, and that will take you out. And this is where we see businesses falling over and failing. So we absolutely have a method. And this is why people are on our calls every single morning, 6:30 a.m., because what we are doing is on Wealth Wave, which is an amazing little, program that we have. It is about starting your day, recalibrating, and starting it with a absolute bang. So that's what I would suggest and recommend. And that's what we do. So we can have a fuck it day, but don't have it for too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm.
Ali?
Yeah, so mine is just, Danee and I are very positive people, but it's actually not about being positive, like Danee said.
Yeah.
It's about actually going within.
Mm.
And Danee and I knew from the minute that this business together was created, this is bigger than us. Like, this is not about us. This is about how many women we can serve, how many people we can help, and how many lives that we can change. And when you flick it into a service component as around, what's in it for me as apart from who I can serve, that fire in your belly, like we have the fire in our belly every single minute of every single day. There's not a day that I wake up and think, I don't want to do this today.
Yeah.
Not a minute. And neither is Danee. And I can speak for her because I know it's exactly the same. There's not a minute that we think this is too hard. We're not going to keep going, because it's not about us. It's about who we can serve, who we can help, who we can change.
Yeah.
And just these collaborations and the women that, have created these most amazing relationships with each other. And on these Wealth Wave calls, we just know that it's changing women all over the world. And there's a few men, but predominantly women. People are getting on these calls from USA, Norway, New Zealand, all over the globe. And that's because Danee and I went first, and they now go first. These calls aren't recorded. And we know that just by doing that, us being present creates the beacon of light for them to be present and to make the change as well. So it's not about us. And I just have complete goosebumps thinking about that, because it's gone far greater than us. And that ripple effect is just huge. And for everyone that, is being changed and has been changed, it lights us up. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you'll
So-
find you reach out to women and you're creating that ecosystem that's
It
just
is.
growing, and women talk to each other. Like, we're good at
too.
doing that. We talk to each other and go, have you tried this? Have you done that? Men will catch on sooner or later.
They will. They
They're
will.
slow, but I'm always proud of any of those early uptakers that catch on to, hang on, that is a good thing that she's got going. She's not just a stay-at-home wife, or she's not just a mummy at home, or whatever. She's actually creating something that we now want to be part of. It does take them a while, but they get there in the end. Now, when we talk about connection and collaborating and things like that, have you got anyone that you've connected with that you want to give a shout out to, that has taken you that next step? Is there a particular way you connect or network? How do you reach out? How do people get to know about you? Because I know I discovered Danee because of Ali, because we went to a local networking thing and I sort of got to know Ali, I suppose. So how do you guys connect on that? And how do you connect authentically on that deeper level?
Mm. Am I going, Danny, or you?
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, so we love bringing people together. So we're launching basically in 2 days. We've already launched it, but events will be live for the Iconic Woman networking event. So we're going to be launching our global networking events all over the world, and we'll have an opportunity for people to come together and really be in a place of service. These aren't to sell, these are to serve and actually have that impression of increase. And what that means is leaving people better than when
Mm,
you found them. So coming to these events and actually seeing how you can help someone as opposed to how you can get something from someone.
yeah.
So that's one way. We have lots of in-person events that we do to connect. We have lots of live events that we do online, but particularly online, we're always connecting. And when we have events with people, we do challenges and things, and we're going to talk to you about that. But we have lots of days that we actually encourage the women in our community to collaborate. We have collaboration days, and that's an intentional way for women in our community to reach out to 5 new people that they've never spoken to before. So we're
Yeah.
hosting those platforms for women to have those opportunities to be in proximity with those women that are thinking in the same way that they are, to
Absolutely.
collaborate. And we have had so many women either go into business together, do online events together, do podcasts together. Like there's just so many, probably too many to mention, but it's a great way. And we love being that hosting platform that people get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think
Fantastic.
also, Ali, and Robin, it's again, if we go back to universal laws, it is really about collaboration, not competition. So
Mm,
most people in business are competing against each other, and we're taught to compete against each other because that's what people like. Oh, have a look at what your opposition's doing, or have a look what the person. And this is what we're taught in business, and it's a very much a man's world when it comes to competition because that's how they roll, right?
mm,
So if we look at, say, if you haven't read The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, we
mm,
study this book. This is one of the study books that we do within She Evolve Collective. And this is what Bob Proctor had, that was one of his study books. And this is what we were teaching, we were being taught. So it is all about collaboration because when you collaborate, it gives off the energetic frequency of an attraction point, right? So we have these energetic frequency charts. It's a chart that shows you when you're feeling jealous or when you're feeling like you are, it's all about me and it's just about you. You're attracting, you become the magnet for that and that only. But when
Mm,
you are in collaboration, when you're helping others, when you're in service, right? The first thing you can do when you're feeling shit, which is just another part of the last question, and Ali started on that, is go into service. Because when you're serving someone, when you're collaborating with somebody, you become a magnet for more. So
yeah.
because we are that, it just shows up half the
Yeah.
time.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really
No, that's wonderful. And I love the word iconic. And I want to share
does.
this with you. And I hope that didn't pick up when I knocked down everything, all the other awards. But I keep getting awards, like honorary awards
We
that
don't
I've
have
never
any.
applied for. I love it because I know there's plenty of women that apply for awards, but I just I'm not that competitive person, so I
Mm.
don't. But I got given can you read it? It's the
Yeah.
iconic women creating a better, what is it?
Oh,
Creating a better
creating a better
world for
world.
all. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I got
beautiful.
given that in 2024. I felt very humbled that I was given that honorary award
Beautiful.
in Melbourne.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
there you go.
when you were talking about, and that's the next thing I'd love to talk about, is what's exciting in your business and what's happening. And I usually say, have you got any events coming up? And I know you've got one coming up because I've already signed up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on board. Um, But yeah, so that was one of the things when you said iconic, I thought, oh, I've got to be part of this because apparently I'm an iconic woman
Absolutely.
now.
Well, you are definitely you're iconic, Robin.
So tell me, so this will come up on Sunday night. We go to air Sunday night. Some people drop on Sunday night with a cocktail. Others wake up Monday morning with a coffee. So we sort of show up. So they'll see this Sunday night, Monday morning. So tell me, April activation. This is what I know you've got coming up, one of the many things. So tell me all about that. What's in it? What's happening? What's involved? What do you have to do?
Yes, go Al.
So April activation is something that we do every year. And last year, just as an example, it was the biggest and the best catapult to many, many women. We had hundreds of women in this group that we created, and it was an opportunity for them to actually have micro steps every single day. So it's basically live teaching that Danee and I do every single day and showing women in business how they can actually move in their business to create a massive result. And importantly, doing that in a proximity of other women who are in the same frequency and wanting to create the massive momentum as well. So when you've got an elevated frequency and you're actually taking aligned action, it has to materialize into something that is massive. So we are all plugging into the battery pack. Danee and I are teaching wealth, energetics, how to create strategies in your business. You name it, we're teaching you. And we just love being a part of something that is just bigger than us. And this year we actually are releasing something that we've never released before. We've been working on it for some time, and it's actually called the She Evolved AI. And Danee can talk about that. And we know that this is going to create even more success for the women that are in there in velocity speed. And yeah, we cannot wait to have that released in the next couple of days.
Yeah, love it. So I mean, this world is moving so quickly right now, as we can all see. And if you're not keeping up
Exactly. You're
with
getting
technology,
left behind.
you will be left behind. I remember my, back in the day, mum and dad saying, "Oh, what's that Facebook thing?" And now my dad's like on it 24/7. So is my mum, you know what I mean? Because I had to teach them to keep up with we keep up with everything, right? Otherwise, you get left behind. So this She Evolved AI is honestly, it's a game changer. It is everything that Ali and I have been teaching over the past 2.5 years, nearly 3 years together. It is the work that I've been teaching, which is it's energy work, it's all the law work. It's what Ali has been teaching through the networking and how to speak to people, how to communicate, all the messaging, everything else has come together into our incredible She Evolved AI platform. And Activation April is going to be something that I don't think anyone has experienced before. It is a platform where when you join for $19, guys, 30 days of coaching for 30 days of coaching for $19. And if you invite someone, you get your $19 back. So it's literally for free if you invite someone. So what then happens is every day we are giving an instruction on what to do in your business. So many people have businesses, but they've got no idea what to do next, right? They do these to-do lists. It's like, oh, what do I do today? We are getting you visible. We are getting you to a place where you've probably never been in your business before. And this is what happened last year. But this year we have the added AI tool. So what's going to happen is that when we give you the instruction, the AI tool will then help create it for you, and particularly you and your business. So it gives you so much structure, definition. It defines your business and what to do and how to make the next move, with Ali and I in the background here, obviously helping and coaching. So it will be iconic. It will be amazing. We are so freaking excited to create that. So excited to create that it is, we just cannot wait. So if you have not registered, what we can promise you is that 30 days will transform your business. Like we can, if you do
Literally.
the daily task, it is guaranteed you'll have a chance. You'll have a quantum
Absolutely.
leap in your business. Like there is no way that you cannot, because it's consistency, it's energy, it's everyone together, and it's just such a fun way to do it. Have fun, grow your
Exactly.
business.
And that's what it's
And
about, having
we love
fun.
fun. We love fun.
And actually having that accountability to actually, we see women earning, 10, 20, 30, even up to $100,000 months, and they get paralyzed by not knowing
Yeah.
what to do on the daily. Whereas this is
Yeah.
actually giving women that
Yeah.
accountability and instruction on the daily to actually move.
Yeah.
And those micro moves compound over time. And that's what you'll see over 30 days. You'll be like, oh my God, my business is not the same as it was 30 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It'll be great.
that's so exciting. And like those daily changes then can become habitual. Like and
Exactly.
Please.
they become part of your business.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to do. I often think like because like I run at 1,000,000 miles an hour and we've got loads happening all the time, but I get up in the morning and instead of grabbing my phone, I do whatever. If I'm doing a 30-day challenge, like I straight away do that. Or, we've all got to take some time out during the day just to have a bit of a break and step away and have a coffee. And you can do those things in that
Exactly.
time. So I normally go, like these things, they go for months. And I usually just go, no, but I thought 30 days, I can do that, for the month
Yeah,
of April.
it's
I
really
can,
Oh,
easy.
you love it.
It's
You'll love
great.
it. It's so good.
And it's the thing that we love is seeing everyone sharing what they're doing, and it gives you that, bit of a nudge to get on board if you haven't done it for the day. It gives you that inspiration to think, oh my God, that's an amazing thing that she's doing. I'd love to do that. And it just gives you that accountability, which
yeah.
is amazing.
And you don't get business coaching anywhere for $19.
No chance.
Like,
No.
like what's 19 and divide by 30? Like it's
No,
not 50 cents a day or something. I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not good at
exactly.
maths.
Thi- This is our way of, honestly, our way of giving back to community, our way of
Mm,
also showing women and men. I mean, there are some men in our program as well, just showing them what it is like to be in our world. Because sometimes people are hesitant to, join a coaching program. They don't know that they're not sure, they don't trust. So this will really, it shows everybody that's in that space who we are, how we operate, and what result you can literally achieve in 30 days. So then everything is up to everyone at the end of that. If they want to continue, they can. If not, it's done. They can come join us next year again. And that's
yeah.
what it is. So it really gives us, we want to show our authentic self as well and how we
Absolutely.
operate and who we are, because that's important too.
Which
And
is
we'll
great.
we'll give a shout out to those men because they're not just men. They're
They're not
smart
just
men.
men.
They're early adopters.
Of course
It's
they
like,
are. They're amazing men.
I've worked in the industry I've been in has
Oh,
always been male dominated, and I was the token female. So now I like to see those token men. I like to call them smart men, early adopters,
God.
because
I look,
they're the ones that are
yeah,
going,
yeah,
I need to do something. I
yeah,
need to change.
Absolutely.
yeah. We like men. I have 4 sons, so like there's
Exactly.
there's a lot
Yeah,
of
I
men
have
in
nothing
our lives,
against them.
right?
Yeah, I've
There's
got a son and a
nothing
husband.
against them, right? Nothing against them. It's just, we have this community and some men love it. So they join in. And
Join in.
yeah, and we're more than happy. Like we don't discriminate against anybody,
Not at
any
all.
gender, you can join. Like there's no problem. It's just,
Yeah.
that's how we just do it with a feminine touch. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
absolutely. Our way, not
Oh,
their
Right.
way.
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it, guys. I
Thank
can't wait.
you,
I can't wait
Robin.
for the 1st of April.
Yay.
Thank you for joining me. This
Thanks
has
for
been
having us.
wonderful. And I know you've got other meetings to get to because you're busy ladies. So thank you for giving me your time and thanks for
Thank
being
you,
on here.
Robin.
And let's see how many people we can get on that 19
Oh,
and
God,
recommend
that would
somebody
be
Absolutely.
and you get your 19
amazing.
back. Wow, that's
Yeah.
insane.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
For someone. We
And
don't make money. We just
we,
give it away. Like
Yeah.
and
just
we love
come
to
in
give prizes
like
away.
it's we yeah, we just love it. We want to give away cars eventually. So
We will.
this is
Yeah, so
just
stay tuned for a car.
stay tuned.
Um,
Absolutely.
thank
Stay
you very
tuned.
much, and I'll love yous and leave yous because we could talk all day, but I know
Thank
you guys
Absolutely.
got things
Thanks,
to get to.
beautiful.
See
So
ya.
thanks for
Bye.
being on here.
See
Bye.
you, gorgeous. Bye.
Bye.